wonder you are always coming up with crazy shit.
Is that weed? I don't think that was quite what was causing it, but here's a little something. Don't experiment with time travel while you're high as a bloody kite. Hello.
What led you to the swimming hall?
Will said there was something important in his briefcase. All I found was a key with Bradbury Swimming Hall on the chain. Only lead we had. I guess this is it.
This building's been shut down for years.
Perfect place to hide something you don't want found.
I think it's time you tell me what you know.
I know your brother built the one thing that can stop the fracture. I know we're meant to find it, and I know Monarch doesn't want us to.
And yet you're wearing their uniform.
I like the way their pants fit.
Yeah? I bet you like the paycheck, too.
Tried to create a cover to gather information. You've known about this for a few hours. I've been preparing for it for most of my life.
You weren't aware that William owned the place?
There's a lot I didn't know about Will.
We
Like-
need to find your brother's countermeasure. And fast. Things will get worse as the fracture progresses. And
209,
Monarch will be turning
2016,
River Point over
8:13.
looking for you.
4 hours after fracture. And I can agree, those pants fit you really, really nicely. That's another thing. You have yet to explain how you knew about it in the
Jack,
first
You
place.
coming or what?
You know what? My whole thing is kind of looking around, finding stuff. You know, this isn't exactly easy. You get that, right? I'm the one fighting these guys. I'm the one with the time powers. I'm the one that's gonna potentially die from some time illness. Like, you're chastising me about taking my time? I'm probably have less time than the two of you combined.
I'm gonna find another. This is weird. Huh. I could swear this is the same cab I was in when I came to the university.
Oh, yeah.
It's a taxi. They all look the same, don't they?
I guess.
I'll check the license plate on my phone and see if anything comes up, but, I mean, it's a long shot.
That is kind of suspicious. Also, why is it here? Like, in the one place we have to come to. Why is it here? Isn't that, suspicious? Beth, isn't that the countermeasure? The mirrors are, creepy. And usually, well, bright. I'll get to you two later. Find anything on that plate?
You okay?
I just checked the news reports, and Monarch is being heralded as a hero. No, I'm not okay. Because if I had just refused to make that confession,
Then
you
you'd be dead.
Somebody else would have done it.
doesn't make it easier.
That confession was getting made one way or another. Trust me on that one.
Any ideas how to get inside?
The whole building's falling apart. There's gotta be an opening somewhere.
What's the key not work? You literally have a key.
Key doesn't fit.
So it's not the key to the front door then. Don't give me that goddamn look. We hadn't tried the key yet, okay? It was a valid option. Oh. What the hell? Wait a minute. Who the hell is that? They painted the mural. Who was it, though? Oh. I can't tell who it is. Huh. That's creepy. And begs the question, is the fracture in time influencing people, putting ideas in people's heads about like the countermeasure and stuff. Maybe time trying to save itself.
Whoa. Hey, I just looked up the license plate of the cab parked over there. It belongs to somebody named Nick Marsters.
Don't recognize it.
Nick Marsters? That's the name of one of the witnesses we picked up from the university.
Yeah, I recognized his picture. I saw him there. But how did his cab get here? Do you think Monarch took it?
I mean,
It's not possible. I've been monitoring Monarch activities this whole time. I honestly don't know.
like I said last episode, or maybe it was the episode before that, I don't know. Things get
Yes,
pretty weird
Amy?
eventually.
What is it?
There were others taken from the university. Friends of mine. What happened to them?
Probably executed.
Should be released by now. Monarch convinced them the same thing that convinced everybody else. The university was necessary
All right.
to protect them
From Jack.
Yeah. Guess
Right
the
here.
Video on the news helped with that. No
Can you
offense.
two not fight?
They have no idea what happened.
Hey, think I found a way in.
Swear to God, I'm gonna go out there and they're gonna have half killed each other. Like, can't you two get along? Like, we're the only ones who could possibly save time right now. Do you really need to be fighting like children? Oh, there's a bunch of stuff around here.
Will had used the
It's a
building to hide
lab.
away his personal items.
Oh, clever, clever, clever boy. What's that?
What the hell were you doing here, brother? Time travel experiments with rats?
You know what? If it works, it works. If it's good enough for medicine, it's good enough for time travel.
Okay, May 17th, 1998. This is William Joyce, and I'm about to conduct the first animal test of the machine prototype using my trusty pet mouse, Schrodinger, in order... Where? He's gone. Where'd he go? Shit. Come on, Schrodinger. Come to Willie. Come on, come on, come on. You're okay. You're alright. You're alright. Okay,
I don't think it's
we're
alright.
sending Schrodinger into the machine clockwise through the corridor, which will send him 5 minutes into the future, meaning he will reemerge exactly 5 minutes after he enters the machine. It has now been 3 minutes. No sign of Schrodinger. This is a very good sign. 2 minutes to go. Okay, so yeah, turns out he just kind of sat inside the corridor for 5 minutes, took a shit on the tubing. This reveals a very clear flaw in my test. My mouse is an idiot.
I thought you said it was a rat.
Okay, the machine is warming up again. Should be able to activate test number 2 in around about 5 minutes and 15 seconds. It's now clear the only quantifiable test will be travel to the past.
No
The machine
kidding.
is now calibrated to send Schrodinger 5 minutes into the past, which means that he will now be traveling counterclockwise through the corridor, and when he comes out the other... Holy shit. Holy shit, it worked. This is clear proof that it's... what I'm now looking at is a future version of the same mouse that has successfully traveled 5 minutes into the past. Schrodinger, meet future you. Ow, that fucker bit me.
You done? Oh God. Testing time. I was joking, William. I was joking. Don't test time travel with a freaking rat.
$12,000 moving bill. You must have hauled a lot more to this place than just some old boxes.
Yeah. So this is where you hid everything, the device, all of it. 12 truckloads over 17 days. 12? Where the hell did I get 12? 17. Between delicate boxes, confidential, not to be inspected, pick up and drop off only. Huh. Just the 28th. So I think that's when he would have gotten his funding pulled.
You owned this place since 1999? Why didn't you
Wait,
tell me?
what? Will, I put all your paperwork regarding the purchase of the Bradbury swimming pool in this folder. I knew you'd lose track of the document, otherwise I made sure that the purchase can't be traced back to the funds from your research grants. I don't know what you're up to, and it's not my business to ask, but we've known each other long enough for me to say this. I trust that you know what is best for you, and I can't pretend that I'm not concerned. Your career is showing so much potential, and your recent actions feel like a drastic turn in direction. So probably somewhere around the time where he got warned that he needed to make the device. I can't begin to understand. I kept my promise. I haven't told Jack or anyone else about this. But he's worried about you, even if he doesn't know how to show it. Jack hasn't heard from you in months. He needs you. Your attorney and friends need you. Huh. So he under the table bought this place.
No wonder you are always coming up with crazy shit.
Is that weed? I don't think that was quite what was causing it, but here's a little something. Don't experiment with time travel while you're high as a bloody kite. Hello.
We need to keep our contact limited from this point forward. I'll find you when the countermeasure's complete.
Interesting.
Any luck in there?
Swear to God, if
Working
you
on
start that again. Yeah, I'll let him in.
Hey, Jack. You gonna unlock the door for us?
No, I'm gonna leave you two out there to
Yeah,
get
just
captured by
hold on.
Monarch.
All right, let's take a look around. Down here.
Nice work.
Thank you. I just had the stupidest thought that I should nickname myself Time Cop. Oh God, that's a terribly stupid thought, but yet
This note.
appropriate.
It's directed
At
at
you.
me.
July
Oh.
4th, 2010. Beth Wilder, I'm addressing this video to you. You told me to stay away from my workshop, but I couldn't just leave it there. I went back to get it, and the entire place is a disaster zone. The countermeasure, gone. Taken. Shit.
What the...
The safe, empty. I just need to know you have it, because if it falls into the wrong hands, its power is immeasurable. Our future, our entire lives depend on it. This can't all be for nothing. You know where to find me. Please, hurry.
2010.
Okay.
Holy shit.
What?
What was that?
He recorded that for me in 2010? What the fuck? He said the countermeasure's gone?
I mean,
It's not
clearly
right.
it's not. I
We
seen
need to
it.
figure this out. Let's keep
Have I
looking.
seen it? No, I haven't seen it. So it seems like the countermeasure isn't necessarily the cure to what's essentially made time ill. It's not the cure per se. It can be. Or it can be something much, much worse. See if this works. Does this key work on anything?
Did you find something?
Paint. And it's still wet.
Oh yeah.
I think someone was here recently, Jack.
You may want to stay here until we make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Also, when I'm in the midst of combat, I struggle to differ friend info, you know?
Just need to know you
Help me
have
push
it,
this out of the way.
because if it falls into
Gotcha.
the wrong hands, its power is immeasurable. Our future, our entire lives.
Jack, your brother addressed that video to me.
You mean that video?
Where to find me.
Never met him before in my life.
Clearly you have.
Well, it sounded like he thought you had his countermeasure.
I wish. But he said it was stolen on July 4th, 2010. Somebody took it.
Clearly. Just the question is it possible it's you? Holy shit, you two are strong.
But I'm hoping this place will help us figure out who.
Thing is, Jack, shouldn't we mention what we saw? Like, remember when we kind of... we slipped into a red zone, and what we saw was... scary. It was like several different points in time all colliding upon one another at the same moments. It was terrifying.
I'll give you the honor of pressing the button.
Press the button later. What the hell is going on over here? I thought we told you to stay back. This can be extremely dangerous. You know that, right? Like, this... Like, I've been shot at. A lot. Like, a lot. And things have exploded. A lot. Also, you know, time thingy. Jack didn't want to obey me for a second there. Okay. There we go. Push the big red button. What's the worst that could happen?
Is that?
Yeah, I think so.
What? Whoa.
Second time machine.
Or a third,
This changes everything.
technically. So what
If
the
we
hell
can
do
get
you...
this thing working, then we don't need that countermeasure. We can change everything.
Is that a good idea?
What if we stop the fracture from ever happening in the first place? We can go back to yesterday, undo everything in the past before it happens. Nobody dies. Paul doesn't go through the machine. Monarch never exists. I mean, the fracture never occurs.
Jack, wait. Let's think this through. That's not how it...
I can go into the machine like Paul did at the university. I helped them set it up. Then we activate the core, put the corridor in place, and set the date. I can do it, Beth.
That's...
I'm not so sure we can do this without the countermeasure. But you're right. We'll need the machine.
Right. Let's start with the core.
Explanation? Anybody?
Time travel.
I saw some kind of visions of this machine in his workshop. You must have hid it here.
Feel free to fill me in. Anytime now.
I'll get working on it.
Okay.
Fill
Core
you in,
controls.
alright?
Where are they?
We'll figure that out in a second, but Jack, you realize there are 3 possibilities when it comes to time travel, and 2 of them basically result in you never having gone back in time and or detrimental effects to the present. Like, you can't just change stuff. If you could just go back into the past and change stuff, that's what your brother would have done. So clearly you can't just change things. You have to find... You have to change them, but in a different sort of way.
Okay. Gotta figure out where to start.
This
Where
is
are the
all
core controls?
gibberish. I know where core controls are.
Will received a massive research grant in 1997. He'd successfully built the time machine by 1999. But the results scared him. He never told a soul.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Joyce and Dr. Meyer became household names earlier this year when their paper on the proposed existence of the chronon field became one of the most hotly debated theories in the quantum physics community since the Higgs
Anybody
Bunsen?
check out this map? It looks like he labeled where everything is.
I can drop kick you into another timeline. Shut the hell up. William Joyce, born and raised in a report, wasn't satisfied with simply being a part of the discussion and decided to actively search for proof. His proposed research project led him to obtaining a highly prestigious Harold Stettenberg fund with an estimated value of $150,000. Probably most of that machinery. William Joyce is a... I will drop kick both of you into a different timeline. Quiet. Dr. William Joyce is officially the youngest research... I'm just gonna pretend like they're not talking. William Joyce is officially the youngest recipient of the Harold Steinberg research grant to date. While the specifics of his research proposal remains confidential, it is likely that Joyce aimed to demonstrate clear proof that of the so-called Meyer-Joyce field, as well as a potential application for the manipulation of this field. A research timeline has been established, and milestones point to early 1999 as a period when this research will be ready for public unveiling. We'll continue to follow William Joyce's story. Interesting. And his grants got pulled because he did... Jesus Christ, what the hell are you doing right behind me? He did find what he was looking for, but what he found was honestly not good. How you doing?
Hey, Amy.
What is this?
Besides the time machine?
I don't think you believe me.
In the past 2 hours, I've learned that Monarch is a secret paramilitary.
It's a time machine.
Okay. I'll compartmentalize that with everything else that shouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What should and shouldn't make sense don't really matter anymore. Not at this point. Should and shouldn't are mere concepts of a past self that doesn't exist.
These schematics are all in Will's writing. He did all of this. Built everything.
Monarch was made aware of its existence shortly after it was completed. In 1999.
Because
1999.
They believe it was destroyed shortly after. I imagine Will wanted to keep it that way.
Yep. By one Paul Serene. So this was... Because that's the thing. Paul isn't omnipotent. He has an idea of how things will play out, but he doesn't know exactly how they play out. It's gone. The countermeasure is gone. What happened? Call me immediately. Where are you? Have you taken it? It's not safe in the open. You don't understand the power of this device. I dialed the number you gave me in case of emergencies. You weren't answering what's going on. I'm freaking out, still trying to call you. Fuck, call me, email me, something. I can't sleep, please call. The number you gave me is now disconnected. Where are you? Hello? It's been a year, I still haven't heard anything from you. You know where to find me. I get up, hope that you're still listening. I'm not sure why I'm writing this, maybe to get some closure. You changed the course of my life when you entered it. I spent over a decade devoted to your cause. I sacrificed every relationship I had, pushed away everyone I loved, all in the name of a lie. There is no threat coming, there never was. I had to force myself to believe this. It's the only way to move on, it's the only way to pick up those pieces and start over. This goodbye. I've seen it, the cause of the fracture exists, it's here, are you still out there? Beth, the time has arrived. It's here. Everything you warned me about is about to come to fruition. Please give me a sign that you're still out there. Put my mind at ease. Tell me that you have the countermeasure. Losing my mind over here. I spent years trying to convince myself that you were wrong all this time, that I built the countermeasure for nothing. Tried to move on, pick up the pieces, but now I have seen the proof. Paul Serene brought me in to advise on the experiment at the university. They've built it. They built another time machine, almost an exact replica of my own design, but with key flaws in the calculations, just like you said. If they activate this machine, then the fracture will occur. How is this possible? Have you followed my design so closely? Somebody been watching me all this time, haven't they? Somebody is orchestrating this. All of it. I'm being followed. At first, I thought it was paranoia, but it's true. Man has been watching my every move. I secretly took his photo, ran a search. His name is Liam Burke. He works for a security division of Monarch Solutions. I first noticed it weeks ago, but this could have been going on for years. What does he want? What does he know? How is he connected to this? I need answers. I don't know who I can trust anymore. I don't know who else is involved, what they want, why. I need to hear from you. I need to know that I'm not alone in all this. If what you once told me is true, then the onset of the fracture may be inevitable. I can't simply stand by it. So, Beth, there's emails over here talking about you having spoken to William years ago. Like, years ago.
The corridor. It's key activated. Will's key. It says the time machine core needs to be
one.
reset.
Great. What the hell's it look like?
The big
Round
thing in the middle.
Think.
You think you know, you idiotic prick. You know what the hell the damn core looks like. Trust me, you watch the damn thing explode.
Find anything back there?
Working on it.
No, nothing I can make sense of.
Except for more narrative stuff hidden at the way back. So, guide to time travel, cliche working title. Owing statements, open with zinger, blah blah blah. No cat photo, no science explained here, making marketing bullshit. Time machine, works, implications, limitless, getting your money spiel. What the hell? William Joyce made that. Holy fuck. Oh my god. This is time as an egg. That's a fucking metaphor. That was the presentation that Paul was giving to Jack at the beginning of the game. He stole that from... how much has he stolen from William? I'm starting to think this man's entire life is built upon a freaking lie. Holiday cheers in short supply. Holiday cheers in short supply in the Riverport community of Bradbury after a tragic car crash claimed the lives of a married couple, Anthony and Catherine Joyce. The accident took place within walking distance of the family's front door on Princeton Street in the early afternoon. Catherine Joyce, who was driving, lost control of their car after a collision with another vehicle, crashed into a utility pole. The other car left the scene of the accident. The Joyces were both well known in Bradbury as prominent members of the community. Last year, they were recognized by the mayor for their charity efforts, particularly the Riverport multiple I don't know that word walk they had organized every year since 1993. The couple left behind 2 children, the promising young physicist Dr. William Joyce and Jack Joyce, still underage. And Candle Village will be vigil. Huh. Why do I feel like Monarch probably had something to do with that? Typically, if something bad happens, Monarch usually had something to do with it. I don't know why. They just have a bad habit of having to do with bad things. Did I ever look at this? Countermeasure, okay. Got no clue how the hell it's supposed to work. Hey, found all my narrative things. I can speak. I've only been doing this for 3 years. Core access. That's a fun, simple little sign for something that could rip apart the multiverse as we know it. How you doing? You ready to get torn apart by a time machine? Damn sure know I am.
Hey, it looks like I can reset the core from here.
Are you sure you know what you're doing there?
Nope.
No clue. But I did help Paul set up the machine at the university.
Which then caused the fracture.
Look, Will knew the calculations were wrong. Hoping that means he knew what he was doing here. This is what Will was leading us to. We have to test it. The core. That's what we said at first.
Thing is, theoretically, if the calculations are wrong,
Could actually be the key to finding the countermeasure.
or going back in the
We'll
past
see.
and stealing it.
Still resetting.
Thing is,
The core is reset. We need to activate it from the control booth.
The controls are up here, according to the monitor.
yeah, I get that. Thing is, if theoretically Paul Serene's calculations were incorrect, then why would that mean that whatever he saw would be correct? If his calculations were wrong, which caused the fracture in the first place, then wouldn't that mean whatever he saw may not have been as correct as he thought it was? Maybe it could have been a parallel possible future that could branch off due to his incorrect calculations. It's hard to say. Time travel hurts simple brain.
You said Will built a countermeasure. What makes you so sure this isn't it? The time machine.
He said the countermeasure was stolen. But the machine is still here.
Also, you can't exactly steal an entire fucking time machine. Also, they have one of those. Had one of those.
This is gonna work. It has to.
You guys aren't actually planning to use this machine. Are you?
Oh,
So I guess
absolutely.
you're not at all concerned that one guy jerry-rigged this entire thing together?
Not really.
Because I think I literally see duct tape. Okay, no.
Wouldn't
this is a great
surprise me.
idea. Yeah, no way that this is gonna backfire.
Not at all.
The key fits. Looks like I have to do something else first.
So I'm getting overzealous then. Also, don't down on duct tape. Just because it has duct tape involved doesn't mean it's not gonna work. Doesn't mean it's gonna explode and rip the multiverse as we know it apart.
Here goes nothing.
Here we go. Should we be activating the core without the corridor parts?
What
There
was
we go.
that?
Just
fine.
setting up.
It's fine.
I'm just so. Oh
Worked.
god.
It actually worked.
Just so you know, this is
Okay.
how I got my
We
powers.
activate the corridor next.
Okay, there's no way that thing should be exposed like that.
Absolutely not. Not even kind of. Considering that is what gave me my powers, yeah, you're right. Jack, do we know what we're doing? Because I damn well don't.
Thank God.
Is that supposed to do that?
What, the corridor?
Will's key did that?
Yeah.
Key to a time machine, and he left it in the trunk of his goddamn car.
Yeah, just about.
That's my brother in a nutshell.
That's the Joyces in a nutshell.
That didn't sound good.
Yeah, when does it ever sound good?
Let's just hope it still works.
So who's walking through it? Us? Probably.
No.
What?
God damn it.
Oh, not friendly
know.
invitation.
We were so close. I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah, like hell you are. You saw what happened. Something's wrong with the machine.
We don't know that.
You're not trained for this.
No.
Anything you do is gonna make it worse.
We
You
can't.
know I'm right.
Stop trying.
You lost people. You're angry. I get it.
Do you?
But this is bigger than us. We can't fix the machine.
Fair enough.
But I might know somebody who can.
Who?
Sophia Amaral.
The monarch.
Isn't she...
I saw her video near Ground Zero.
Serene's head of Cronin Research. She'll be at the Monarch Gala tonight, but security's airtight. She'll be nearly impossible to get to.
Unless I have an invite. Paul told me he expected me to meet him at that party.
Something tells me that was not a friendly invitation.
Nope.
Jack, no.
Don't worry. We're a god of time. We can get out of this one. End of Act 2. Junction 2.
The
Personal
future
business.
used to be so clear when I was reliving the past. Once I caught up to the
after
moment I had
pressure.
left, that ended. All I've had to go on since then are the plan and the visions. I knew Jack would come to me. I'd seen that. But I didn't know why exactly. Or how it would end.
There he is. You were right.
My visions of the future aren't always clear, but they don't lie.
Speaking of lies, Joyce is saying he's discovered his brother's time machine.
We've spent 17 years looking for it, and he finds it in less than a day?
Does sound unlikely.
Still, we know it's out there somewhere, and we don't know what his brother managed to tell him.
If he really has located the machine, why would he come here and tell you? Smart Money says he's trying to play you.
Maybe, but the machine is out there. It's in our interest to find out where. And if Jack knows, I have to talk to him.
Curious.
Dr. Joyce could have provided the answer to that question.
William's attitude and knowledge made him a liability.
Is that angry young man going to cooperate any more than his brother did?
No.
You remember Jack as a close friend, but that clouds your judgment. Don't make this personal.
It's not.
Then don't forget why we're here tonight. After what happened, our people need reassurance that we're in control. You're the man who could win them over. Let me handle Joyce, so you can concentrate on your speech.
I know what's at stake here, Martin.
I'm fairly certain that Paul is the only one who can truly handle Joyce. Even your little time soldiers can't handle Joyce.
Dr. Sophia Amaral had taken over our Chronon research department after Dr. Kim's accident. She was the only one who could treat the Chronon syndrome.
Mr. Joyce is waiting for us down below.
So, indeed, he does think it was an accident. Sophia, I realize this may not be a welcome question, but I feel like I need to ask. I knew Henry Kim very well. Went to school with him, and he was actually my husband's best man for my first marriage. Fortunately, when we moved down to Florida, we didn't manage to stay in touch. Let's just say that life took me into unexpected directions. It was a very welcome surprise to hear from him when he was recruiting new people. Glad to say we hit it off again. We spoke on the phone a lot. He came over to meet my wife, and well, it sounded like old times. It could have been awkward, but it wasn't. Henry was like that. You can imagine my shock and disappointment when I heard about his death just a week before my own employment at Monarch began. Convenient. We didn't get to work together the way I'd hope. Now Monarch has been very good to me, but his death has been eating at me. I know it's something people don't want to discuss, and I understand that there are confidentiality issues. However, having recently been cleared for some of the more sensitive Chronon research, I now know that the story of his death is a fabrication, and Henry has become something entirely different. I'm not blaming anyone, but my own peace of mind or sense of closure. I suppose I'm wondering if, given new security clearance, you're in a position to explain how this came to pass. I should add that I brought this up to Martin Hatch the other day, and he made it clear, in no uncertain terms, that I should drop the matter, given that I'm taking something of a chance talking to you about this, but I feel like I can't let this go. I'll understand if you aren't allowed to discuss it, but I'm more than a little scared and upset. I hope I can rely on your direction either way, Eric. First of all, my condolences and apologies. I didn't realize you had a history with Henry, and frankly, I would not have promoted you into this position had I known. If you would be more comfortable working on something else, I can make that happen. No questions asked. To be clear, I'm not talking about a demotion. I mean a comparable senior position in another department. You're correct in that it's a very sensitive topic, but given your current security clearance, I can tell you what I know. Fortunately, I don't know much. For the past 6 months, I myself have been trying to work out what happened, but I haven't made much progress. I know Henry was working late in his lab, and there was some kind of chronon particle surge. Of course, we knew that exposure to large quantities of chronon particles can result in physical changes. Pulsarine is an example of that. His first exposure resulted in his extraordinary abilities, and the second exposure, causes progressive condition. So, Jack probably doesn't have it. It's something that can happen, though. So any number of things can occur. In Henry's case, that exposure turned him into a chronon disrupted wave function subject, or a shifter. It is, of course, clear that Mr. Serene and Henry's conditions are essentially the same thing, even if Mr. Serene's case hasn't progressed this far. However, it is not at all clear how Henry could have been exposed to such a powerful dose of chronon particles, particularly as the lab area itself underwent none of the temporal changes we had come to associate with such an exponential event. None of the containers on scene had remotely enough chronon particle capacity for such a high dose, and furthermore, all of them were intact and accounted for. In short, we don't know where these particles could possibly have come from. I'm not surprised that Martin Hatch was unwilling to discuss this. He was the only other person present in the lab when the accident took place. Convenient. But I don't know why he was there or what happened, and he claims to have no memory of the events. Despite this, Martin somehow managed to contain Henry in the artificial zero-state field set up in the lab. I'm unwilling to speculate as to how this could possibly have happened. Suffice to say that I have many questions about these events myself. Think about my offer, Eric. You're a first-rate scientist and I would hate to lose you. But I would absolutely understand if you want to change departments. Please give your wife... That is extremely convenient that he just happened to be there and just happened to be able to contain the problem. So convenient, Hatch. You're a very convenient man, you know that? Very, very convenient. If you haven't caught on yet, Hatch has a, conspiracy against Paul Serene and his entire plan. I think. I'm not quite sure. There's definitely a conspiracy involving Hatch against Paul, but I'm not quite sure what it pertains to.
What are these doing here? We should be set up by now.
It's all on schedule. You're micromanaging again.
Don't even twitch.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see the twitch before you're dead. Actually, that's a lot of guards.
And here you are.
I had to see the lifestyles of the sick and traitorous up close and personal. And it was such a nice invitation.
How do you want to deal with this, Paul?
Here we go.
I could still try to reach Jack and make him see reason. Or I could let Hatch deal with him so nothing would distract me from leading Monarch.
So personal.
I've been to the past. I've tried to change things.
Answer me this question, Paul.
I once trusted Jack more than anybody. It was my only chance to make him understand the truth.
The fuck do you mean nobody got a look at the shooter?
But without me there to give the speech, my empire would start to crumble like a house of cards.
What about business?
I believe that with hope comes miscalculation. And as you and I are well aware, Mr. Joyce, with miscalculation can often come catastrophe. And that leaves me with you, Mr. Joyce.
But my old friend would be a lost cause. Dead and buried, along with the rest of my past.
Good luck with that.
Tonight is a celebration in face of darkness. Tonight we celebrate because I promise to you that we are prepared.
Monarch would grow stronger with my presence. The plan would go forward as intended.
I'm thinking personal. In a situation like this, I feel like Jack or Paul seems to truly believe his mission and what he's trying to do. He truly believes he's trying to save people, and he would see Jack as a potential asset that could help all of them, that could help everyone survive. He would want Jack on his side, I think.
Martin, I'm afraid you're gonna have to cover for me at the speech tonight.
All right.
Jack and I have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
I've seen where this leads.
Have you, though?
I've been to the end of time, and I've escaped it, all the way to 1999, when it all started. I've tried to change things, but by trying, I only made them happen in the first place.
Interesting. So, he went to the future, to the end of time in a way. But then again, can we truly trust whatever he saw? Since the calculations for his machine were incorrect, and thusly it shouldn't have worked the way it was meant to. So it brings into question the validity of what he saw. Was it a possible future based on the incorrect construction of the machine? Or was it a future that was going to happen one way or another? You know?
Time is breaking down. Monarch has been preparing for it. There's this thing. It's called a lifeboat protocol, and it can save us.
End of episode 2. And now you all have returned to me. And now to our back to our regularly scheduled program, Quantum Break. Act 3, the wine and cheese crowd.
Security was tight at the Monarch Gala. You took quite a risk walking into the Lion's Den.
If we were gonna kidnap Dr. Amaral, then we needed to do it from the inside.
Beth Wilder. You were quick to trust her.
We had common interests.
Is that all you had?
That's all we needed.
Took you long enough?
Well, I was starting to think seeing a pretty lady like you was too much to hope for.
Why don't you keep your mouth shut while we get some privacy before we begin?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you get me out of this chair?
Yeah, she likes seeing you tied up.
Stop squirming. And you're gonna need this.
Thank you. Okay. And that's...
I appreciate it.
Sure.
What's it look like
Okay.
out there?
You gonna answer? Act 3,
I
Part
think you're
1.
secure. Everyone's concentrating on the party. So far, your crazy plan's working.
And Dr. Amaral?
I don't have a fix on her. She's either at the party or at her office at the R&D facility here on the island. I'll scout out the party.
So you're gonna sip champagne while I break into a high security installation? It's like you got this all figured out.
I'll save you a cocktail, Weenie.
Oh, well, in that case.
You are the most amazing character there's ever been, Beth. Okay, let's get a move on. Time to go kick some ass and save time itself.
My cover isn't going to survive the night, but it'll last a little longer, so you can't walk out the front door with me.
Fair enough.
It's the quickest way to the R&D facility. I disabled the security at the back door, but there'll be guards. Contact me when you're clear.
Yeah, just wait for the gunfire to
Jack.
stop.
You know what's at stake here. This can't be about revenge.
Can it?
I'm not here for Paul.
Are we? I feel doubtful about both of those statements. Thank you.
Hey! He's escaping!
Escaping? I have escaped. Time rush. Oh, keep holding on me to make it through the door. I see. Our powers are getting stronger and stronger. Stronger. Sup, dude? How you doing? And that's how you fucking do it.
Damn. will hurt in the morning.
Oh, absolutely, Jack. Hey, we
My
still got our
powers
gun.
were growing. I was learning to control them better. That felt good.
Fair enough. Sure. There'll be a slowdown time. Ah, okay.
Who the hell designs these doors? Okay, I'm gonna have to move faster to get through.
Curious. What the hell? That's Beth. And she's wearing one of the suits. And she's looking damn fine in it.
Very sci-fi and very Monarch. Something tells me it wasn't commissioned by them, though.
Hmm. Someone, an artist that keeps doing this. Keeps leaving these in our path to find. It's kind of creeping me out just how much they seem to know.
Hey, Beth, I'm clear. What's next?
See a radar tower up ahead soon. Let me know when you get inside.
I see a lot more than a radar tower. You could have warned me about the damn turrets. What the hell?
Oh, you could have warned me about that one, Beth. Okay, how am I getting to that radar tower?
Oh, I'll take a light machine gun. And point upgrade.
What have we got here?
Bunker Hill. For some reason that feels familiar.
Up you go.
Hopefully down we don't go. Just give it a second. They really need to work on the construction in this place.
Let's try this again.
Stay sharp, he's here.
I should let them talk first.
He's here somewhere. Go find him.
Whoop.
Time felt broken here.
Why do you say that?
It's locked.
Yeah, I can feel
Timeline of the
that.
arcane felt loose. I could shift it around.
Oh, good for us. That's a great idea. So messing with time isn't what got us into this situation in the first place. Okay. What was
Smart place to aim the cannon, guys.
the point?
I've been thinking. Monarch projections say these stutters are getting more frequent. If one hits while we're grabbing Dr. Amaral,
You'll be frozen. Yeah, I know. It's a risk.
I can
Monarch
come and get you.
specialist troopers have the stutter-proof gear. I bet Dr. Amaral would have that in her office too.
I'll keep an eye out. See if I can grab it for you.
Get you a nice new outfit. What do you think?
I heard Serene met with Joyce and Locke.
Yeah, I heard he took a personal interest. Somebody said it's because they both got powers, I guess you gotta call them. But I heard it was something personal too.
What is the deal with Serene anyway? I mean, I thought Hatch was the big boss.
Well, he is and he ain't. Hatch is the public face. Serene's the real boss. He likes to keep a low profile.
That's pretty weird.
Welcome to Mon.
Heads up, we got an intruder.
Fucking snipers. Yep.
Stay sharp.
Got him.
Jack, I've disabled security and unlocked the gates leading to the tower. Let me know when you get there.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Beth.
You two are gonna end up screwing, aren't ya? You very much do seem to enjoy the sound of each other's voices. I'm working on it. Quiet down. There you go.
Okay. Next stop, the radar tower.
Why the radar
Beth?
tower again?
I'm at the radar tower. Where's the lab?
Below your feet. It's all top secret. The elevator inside will take you down.
Gotcha.
Oh, seriously? What is this, a Bond villain lair?
You have no idea. Just don't fall into the shark tank.
I wouldn't doubt the shark tank. Beth?
Fuck.
You feel that? It's hard to tell, you know, when you're not affected and all. It's hard to tell when they happen.
Hello, Riverport. This is Teresa Sedmak. Happy to spend this fine evening with you good folks. We're gonna have a good time, but if you're keeping an eye on the in crowd, you know we're not gonna be the only ones. The very exciting, very exclusive Monarch Gala is tonight at their beautiful mansion on Gull Island. Of course, the event's invite only, and when they say exclusive, they really mean it. Word is even confirmed A-listers have had a lot of trouble securing an invitation. Predictably, rumors are already circulating. Some people are saying that this is not just a party, that there might be an important announcement about Monarch's future coming up. Lots of people are anxious to get in on the ground floor on whatever the new thing, if there is one, might be. It's no secret that when Monarch Solutions makes a move, it pays off. Well, I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. You'll hear about it as soon as I do, listeners. In the meantime, those of us with a view of the river will be able to enjoy the fireworks show, which is bound to be spectacular.
And seemingly never ending. As well, like... that would be a good escape. As well, about the whole future thing, you mean lack thereof. As well as, oh no, I had something to say, I completely forgot while listening to her.
Good evening. You weren't expecting somebody this handsome, I know. Unfortunately, Mr. Serene is preoccupied with as many duties necessary to assure we maintain control over our path forward. And that's what tonight is about. The future. We all knew this day was coming, even if many of you out there aren't sure what it means. We're entering a new phase in our operation. One that presents new risks and new demands. One that requires this. The Chronon Field Regulator, or CFR. Now, many of you know that this device has been the source of our Chronon research since 2010. But what only a select few of you know is that this device is at the center of Monarch's plans to navigate through the dangers of the future. This device... Everybody get down!
There goes this plan.
Jesus. What the hell's that about? Hey,
Bottom
Beth,
floor.
I'm headed down into the labs.
16 hours after.
Bit of confusion here at the party. Serene's right-hand man's on stage. It was supposed to be Serene.
Yeah, I think Paul was too busy trying to have a heart-to-heart with me to make it.
Did you just see the shot that occurred? Are we seriously getting goddamn elevator music right now? You can create time travel, but you can't create better music for... Crap! Fracture. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Stop with the fractures! Just let the elevator fall! This is getting bad. Okay, we need to get out. Now. I guess we're taking the stairs.
Target has been sighted. Be on high alert. Over.
You guys okay? Can I just... Huh. I guess it doesn't quite work because our guns are attached to our body, which is technically not affected.
Dr. Hammerall's office. Looks like that's one level up.
Fun. Of course it is. How long do you think this is gonna hold? You guys are gonna look like complete idiots. Use time stop and RB. Use time stop or time shield to get past unstable objects. I see.
Weapons free!
Oh! We momentarily fell out.
What the hell is this?
I can't smell. Whoa.
What is that? It's like I'm being drained.
What is it? Something that's meant to protect? Yeah, turn that off right now. God only knows. Let's just hope we don't have...
drain my powers.
We refer to it as a chronon dampener.
Huh. Green Lifeboat personnel, the day has finally come to commence Phase 3 of our plan tonight. I will be hosting a gala to celebrate this monumental achievement, to which you are all invited. By now, you likely heard the events that took place earlier today at Riverport University. Our path forward has not been at something. By this minor setback, we are ready for what comes next. Your part in this journey has not yet begun, but the onset of the fracture will bring with it new challenges that are worth reiterating. I am not able to go over many of the issues in detail at tonight's gala because many of the guests will not have knowledge of the lifeboat protocol. As such, I am including a high-level documentary outline key points worth addressing. Path forward, journey ahead. Blah about the lifeboat protocol, how it can be survived. Survival in the end of time has been the primary mission of Monarch Solutions since its inception. Your loyalty to this cause will prove invaluable as we move forward. I know this isn't easy, but in the face of immutable facts, sacrifice must be made in the name of our survival. From this point forward, we will have to start making those sacrifices at a rapid pace. What we do know, the exact date and time at which the complete end of time will occur, our knowledge of the escalation, stutters, and time anomalies leading to it is far less complete. We do, however, know that it will be dangerous. For the first 17 years, we are entering a phase of relatively unknown. Adjustments will need to be made along the way, both in response to the effects of the fracture's progress and the less cosmic events that we will find ourselves in. As for patience and trying, lifeboat protocol. Curious about this. You're a chosen few who survive the end of time. When time stops, your journey will continue in the safety of the lifeboat. The chrome particle harvesting operation is nearing completion. Lifeboat has been confirmed to be able to run solely on that chronon power, as regulated by the chronon field regulator. Current data indicates that the lifeboat will remain sustainable for approximately 50 years, subjective years, of course, as no time at all will pass outside the lifeboat. So you're assuming you can either... What's the point of a lifeboat if you're not able to undo time or fix it? Given the primary research we've achieved using the CFR, we estimate that it would take at least 2 subjective decades for the lifeboat team to discover a permanent solution for the end of time. Given the nature of the problem, this is, of course, highly speculative, and the solution could prove to be more elusive than we're hoping. However, by the time the lifeboat protocol is activated, we are confident that we will be able to increase our chrome particle reserves, and there's sustainability to a point where we have a runtime of upwards of 200 subjective years, or to put it another way, there is a solution to the end of time. I am 100% confident that the lifeboat team will have the necessary time to discover it. Wait. Am I understanding this right? The lifeboat protocol isn't a possible solution to the end of time. The lifeboat protocol is meant to just buy you time in the hopes? Like, you've been doing this research for years, and you didn't think to decide, I don't know, to try and find a fucking solution before it happens. Like, what? Yeah, events are going to occur, but it seems like your actions are what caused the events to end time in the first place. And there is the counter freaking protocol thing, which seems to be a way to possibly stop it. Oh my god. You're kidding? That's your solution. Just buy time and hope. Are you kidding me? After the first decade, people will start harvesting each other's organs for fun. You're joking. Oh my god, if this is their actual solution, they're screwed. And it seems that, like, the world is still gonna be around.
It was some kind of surveillance drone. Knowing that Monarch had eyes in the sky made me a little uneasy.
Yeah, they can look into your window, see what dirty, perverted, degenerate things you look at all night. So, yeah, it seems that the world won't necessarily end in a normal understanding of the word end. It will stop? It's hard to understand what exactly it is that's going to occur, but clearly whatever it isn't good. God, you have to really move through those.
Time was a closed loop. Believed the fracture couldn't be fixed. Seeing the scale of that facility, it made me wonder.
Yeah.
What was it all for?
Fair enough. And they're down. That's a fair enough question. Oh, what the hell?
That's all. Dr. Hammerall's office. It's like that's one level up.
Yeah. He says time is a closed loop, but I just don't believe it. Something about the way everything's played out just doesn't feel right.
Thanks for the heads up.
Mainly because time being able to end would theoretically suggest that time isn't a closed loop then, because it has an end. A closed loop wouldn't have an end, it's a loop. So if it is a closed loop, then how could it end, right?
Okay, I gotta get to Dr. Amaril's office.
Here we go. Who? The fuck is that? Oh, lovely. They made Iron Man.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. No time powers either.
What the fuck is that thing?
Don't know. Just blow it up with time magic. Ow, motherfucker just time slapped me. There we go.
Fuck me. That was hardcore.
Uh-huh. Okay, note to self, nothing is immortal. Everything has a way to kill it. Everything can die. Something I'm becoming more and more curious about. We are immune to stutters, so... If we're immune to stutters, would we then theoretically be immune to the end of time? Right? I mean, that sounds like an insane statement, but I mean, we're immune to everything else for the most part.
Oh, hello?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. You've come to fuck with me again. Second floor? Thank you.
Might be able to get out from here.
Damn it, Joyce. There we go. Finally, you use that singular brain cell you have lying around up there. Thing was dusty as hell and you had to really give it a good shock to get it going, but damn well did it work. The fuck did I just say? Ignore whatever I just said. Even I don't know. Here we go. Do not fuck this up. There we go. You guys doing okay? Did we just...
I knew that Monarch had technology to let their soldiers move in stutters, but this was bigger than that. Somehow, time flowed normally in that area. Suddenly, Monarch's lack of concern about time stopping made a hell of a lot more sense.
Yeah, but even that still doesn't seem like a good idea. It's one thing to momentarily stop the stutters. It's another to try and survive in them for 50 fucking years.
No alarms. Looks like nobody here knows about the mess I made on the way in.
Not yet, at least.
It was technology that allowed people to move inside a stutter.
But too heavy to carry, I assume.
That's why I had to find the lighter model in Amaril's office. I knew I couldn't leave the offices before locating Dr. Amaral.
I see, okay. I'd just been informed that the time machine core we obtained from the university has reached Monarch HQ safely and is currently being installed in the new time machine corridor system we have constructed there. As you know, the core of the time machine is the time machine. The corridor around it is merely the user interface. This means, of course, that once the installation work is complete, we have effectively moved the time machine from the university into Monarch HQ. That said, we don't intend to use it. Let me repeat that. There are no current plans to use the time machine. We are not sure how safe it would be to use, given its initial activation, what caused the fracture. I personally believe that now that the core has been activated, further use would be safe, but make no mistake, this is a hypothesis, not a proven fact. We know that the machine taps into universal Meyer-Joyce field, and somehow that connection has caused the fracture in the field. Apparently, because of a misconfiguration, we are looking into the specifications, but until we know for sure, it would be irresponsible to use the machine. However, having it in place gives us a degree of control. It allows us, in an emergency, to travel backwards, although we obviously can go no further than the time of its activation last night, or forward as it might be required. Obviously, being fully secured at our building's restricted area on the top floor also means nobody else can use the machine. Interesting. So the machine can only theoretically go as far back as it was originally activated, I guess? But then how did Paul go all the way back to 1999, where there would have been another machine, maybe? There's some holes in that story. After reiterate that the only person who may authorize the use of the time machine is Paul Serene. I do not have that authority. Martin Hatch does not have that authority. I'm questioning that. The only person who does is Mr. Serene. Takes this issue very seriously, and I strongly suggest you do the same. Yeah, it's as if it's, you know, time itself, the existence of the universe. All possible living life on this planet and any other in the entire galaxy and or known universe. It's as if there's a lot of issues surrounding this whole thing. Maybe if we find that slime ball, we could take his harness, give that to Beth. She damn well deserves it. Paul Serene has become more preoccupied with the appearance of Jack Joyce. He has put aside his emergence as of tonight's gala in order to focus on some feeble attempt to convert Jack to our cause. This distraction presents us with the perfect opportunity to push our agenda, so there is something else going on. Tonight we send Monarch into a state of chaos. Tonight we ensure Paul Serene's downfall. Interesting, so they're trying to cause his downfall for some reason. I managed to convince Paul to allow me to deliver the gala speech on his behalf, creating the perfect cover. Steps are as follow. Gala shooting. I will be delivering Paul's speech at the gala very soon. I have arranged for an inside resource to fire shots in my direction from a vantage point halfway through the speech, narrowly missing me on stage. This will throw the gala into pandemonium and destabilize Monarch to the point where Paul's authority and control of the situation will be called into question. More immediately, it will force Monarch to initiate security measures that will lead to Sophia Admiral being locked into a nearby Monarch villa for her protection. Bullshit. He wants her to be controlled. Drone sabotage, because she knows a lot. Drone sabotage. Stetson will recalibrate Drone's A7 flight pattern and cause it to crash directly into the villa, killing Sophia Admiral and therefore removing Paul Serene's only. So they are trying to kill him, just in a roundabout way. During lab demolition in the aftermath of Admiral's death, I will have a head of investigation that will allow me to gain access to Dr. Kim's lab, where the entry of Paul's treatments are kept. Mission charges plans every single treatment. Okay. So yeah, there is a conspiracy against Paul to basically kill him, which I feel kind of bad about. But also, it's kind of dangerous to be trying to do that. I just got word that Jack Joyce is in Monarch custody, walked right into the mansion on Gala Island and gave himself up. What the hell are you two up to? If you want my help from the inside, then I need to know what's going on. Yeah, oops. I'm sure you noticed that things didn't exactly go according to plan at Ground Zero. Seems like a running theme tonight. Can't go into details now, but we found something that I believe is the key to retrieving the countermeasure. The solution is in sight, but we need to kidnap Sophia Merrill in order to get to work. Jack gave himself up as part of the plan to get him inside. I'm on my way to release him so he can get to Merrill. Poor man's Trojan horse. Desperate times, desperate measures, and all that. What's your status? Any updates on Kim? We may need your help from the inside to pull this off. Any chance you can lower security in and around R&D? Our plans might actually overlap for once. I'm going to attempt to access Kim's lab tonight during the gala to find out if he knew about the countermeasure. I still think that's the strongest lead. However, if I get inside, I should be able to shut down some of the security measures from inside. Problem is that getting inside that lab might prove to be a long shot. Couldn't get a hold of Meryl's keycard, so I resorted to shamelessly flirting in order to find a means in. Going to the gala as Chris Wattscon's date in hopes that he can get me inside. It's if I can hold back from punching out the douche for that long, consider this a test of restraint. I know that you think Jack is the key to obtaining the countermeasure, but the evidence is really stacking up that Dr. Kim knew something about the device. All of his research he did in his lab is classified. They're hiding something big in there. I'll let you know if I find. Warn you that your plan on this island sounds reckless. Most of my plans do. But I'm sure you're fully aware. Keep that in mind. The minute Dr. Emil goes missing, the entirety of Monarch is going to be hunting you. They're already hunting me. Nothing's gonna change. I'm already being hunted down like a dog. Nothing new there. Instructions for tonight. People, it appears we have been overtaken by events, and you have to adjust our plans accordingly. As you are no doubt aware, we now have Jack Joyce in custody. He gave himself up earlier today. As Mr. Serene has personal interest in Joyce and the information he might have, we will be interrogating him at the detention center on the island. Unfortunately, this means that Mr. Serene cannot be there for the speech he was scheduled to give at the gala tonight. So I will stand in for him. New security requirements. Praying that and discuss those specifically. Furthermore, aware that the addition to Joyce, we also have Liam Burke held in the detention center. Despite his long service to Monarch, Burke is now to be considered hostile. Already done quite a bit of damage to us. I should have said this, but I am absolutely clear. Any orders given by him should be ignored. Please ensure that Jack Joyce is ready for Mr. Serene. Also, please bear in mind that Joyce is Cronin active and extremely dangerous. He's given himself up voluntarily, so it's entirely possible he doesn't intend to cause trouble. Trouble I don't cause trouble. Trouble just tends to follow me. And, you know, when trouble comes scratching at the back of my ear, I just can't help but go along with whatever plan she's cooked up. This is or that is? This is. What the fuck? I don't know if there's a connection to Alan Wake because there's... Oh god, stop. Stop butchering such a great song. I'm not sure if there's a connection to Alan Wake because there is a legitimate in-world connection, or if it's just Was Alan Wake developed by the same people? Oh god. Oh god. You can tell I started summarizing things at some point. It's a bit quicker. There's a lot of reading in this game.
The Admiral had tried to warn Paul. The end of time was approaching quickly. Less than 24 hours away.
Mr. Serene believed it would take years to run its course. Admittedly, he was wrong.
As promised in our last session, I'm now going to transcribe what I recall from my dreams. I still have my doubts that this exercise will help alleviate my symptoms, but I am willing to explore the idea further if you truly believe in its merits. For someone who is not a medical doctor, let alone a mental health professional, you seem to take great interest in my thoughts, not that I do not appreciate it. So my first attempt. Recall a haunting image of 7 red doors. Each door had a wrought iron handle. It was dripping liquid metal onto the ground, creating a pool in the middle of middle of the room. Look down in the aqueous metallic glow at my feet to see my own glimmering reflection, revealing that I had aged half a lifetime. Startled, I looked back up only to discover that only one door remained. Jack Joyce stood in front of it. The heat of the room was overwhelming. Jack was sweating profusely, his skin red and peeling open. He begged me to take him back home, but there was no door leading home. Opened the only door left and entered, discovered that we were back in the same room we had just exited. He refused to come to terms with this and opened the door again. I followed him over and over as he desperately opened the doors, forever leading us back to where we started. He grew and he howled in pain, began begging to know why I made the other doors disappear, why there was only one path. He begged me to bring the other doors back. He begged me to take him home. The iron pool burst into flame. Jack screamed in agony. I grabbed him, told him that we needed to learn to endure the heat, to embrace the flame. I knew it would come to pass eventually, but the only way to survive it was to attempt to accept its inevitability. My body began swaying rapidly, dancing to the movements of the flames around me until my bones faded out of existence. I surrendered to the fire until we were one and the same. I was no longer one being in one place and time. My life was spread evenly across the flames until I was no longer an individual in one body, but a grander shifting entity. I could feel Jack being consumed within my essence. I felt a power within the heat, a clarity of intent. I forgot about my desire to ever return from the flames, because my body that once desired to return was lost forever. I became the very thing that I entered, and it became me. Clinical fury chased itself. Aurora Boreas. I woke in a cold sweat. I quickly wrote down words that poisoned my mind in that moment. Dorm Schwartz was right. Time is the fire. Huh. Jack, Joyce, and Arcasi, I thought you would forward you to a message sent me years ago. Blah, blah, blah. Reluctant to accept the inevitable. However, he sees the whole picture. We'll have no choice but to believe. We all had our doubts once. You showed us the light. Yeah, thing is, we're different. We're not people. We're not someone bending to the whims of Paul Serene. We ourselves are like him. We can control things. We haven't necessarily seen the end, but we've been somewhere else. We move through time in ways that are unpredictable. We have powers. We have a way to make this happen, to stop it. It's no exaggeration to say that the Chronon Field Regulator, or the CFR, is the heart of all Monarch's technological advances. It's taken on a somewhat mythical quality given its origins and the vital role it plays in the Lifeboat project, but in actuality, the CFR's application are very practical. That's not to say the CFR hasn't had a course-altering impact on the work Monarch Solutions does. It's been hugely influenced in the development of both the shutter-proofing technology that allows us to shield large areas from the effects of a zero state, enabling time to keep flowing within them even as it stops everywhere else, as well as the smaller, personalized application of the same technology, the portable Chronon harness that allows our soldiers and technicians to operate freely within the stutters. We think of Dr. Henry Kim as the father of all this technology, and deservedly so, but for all of his brilliance, it was his dedication to uncovering the secrets of the CFR that allowed him to make his breakthroughs. Despite Dr. Kim's hard work, the CFR's functionality is still not fully understood, and we have not been able to replicate the device. Oh. Having more than one of them would obviously be greatly advantageous to us, but we find ourselves in a precarious position where in order to fully investigate it, we would have to take it apart. Given its immense power, such an undertaking would pose obvious risks. Perhaps even more importantly, there's no guarantee that we would be able to put it back together again. Given that it's vital to the implication of the Lifeboat Protocol, it's our policy to leave it intact. We do know, however, that the CFR can not only store an immense amount of Chronon particles, it can also tap into the Meyer-Joyce field and, with great precision, manipulate it. It's this unique ability that our own Chron technology replicates, albeit at a far less control and efficiency. It's also what makes the Lifeboat Protocol a reality. By itself, our shutterproof technology is powerful and reliable, but its rate of Chron particles consumption is high, and it increases at an alarming rate as we widen the volume of space the shutterproofing covers. This would, on the face of it, make the shutterproofing a very temporary solution indeed. One that could perhaps buy us some subjective weeks once we enter permanent zero state, but which would ultimately only delay the inevitable. However, the CFR changes all of that. When the permanent shutterproofing installed on the lifeboat, indeed the very shutterproofing that makes the lifeboat in the first place, is directed by the CFR, the system becomes vastly more efficient. Our current particle consumption is reduced to around 1% of what it otherwise would be. Given the chromium particles are hard to source, even at our ground zero installation, and our stockpiles are decently limited, this means that the CFR makes the difference between life well-being and temporary stopgap solution a very long-term undertaking that hopefully allows us to eventually find a solution at the end of time. Huh. I mean, that's all well and good, but none of this pulls you anywhere near an actual solution to the end of time. God, I haven't done this much reading since Alan Wake. There we go.
That there looks like what Beth wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Emerald's at the party. Stutter
Damn
won't
it.
last. I better find a way out of here and get to the party.
I already know a way out of here. How are we gonna walk into the party? Everyone will recognize us.
Quite expensive piece of tech you stole.
Mm-hmm.
Bill me. I knew Beth's cover wouldn't last long. Had to get it to her at the party before it was too late.
Yeah. Also, from what we've seen from that mural, she looks damn good in it. Act 3, Part 2, Monarch Gala. Oh, did we? Nope, we're fine. I mean, fine. We're extremely fucked in the head at this point, but, you know, we're alive. There we go.
All I had to do was make it through the garage. Seems simple enough.
Depends on whether or not we fall out of this stutter in the next few seconds. Guys, are any of you paying attention?
Jack Joyce has escaped custody and is now present at the R&D facility garage. Repeat, Jack Joyce has escaped custody.
Yeah, you have no clue how long ago I escaped custody. And, boop! Enjoy! Got him. Yeah, let's turn that off. That's loud.
Make my life any easier.
Hmm.
There's gotta be a way out of here.
Here we go. Hey, come on.
Oh, shit.
Can we not do this? Got him.
That's what I'm talking about.
I am on hard difficulty, right? Wait, what? Oh my fucking god. You gotta be joking me. That's why it's been so easy. Because I wasn't on hard difficulty. But I haven't noticed because I haven't really been in combat. Okay, so that's... I swapped it to normal difficulty to get the thumbnail for last episode. For the first episode. I'll fix it later. Sorry. I mean, there hasn't been much combat, so it doesn't really matter.
Beth, I got that device for you, but Dr. Amaril's at the party.
Yeah, I just spotted her. Wanna be my date?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, save me that cocktail weenie. I'll make my way there.
You see, Hatch getting shot at was an insider job. Might create a window for us, but Serena's looking for you.
Good for him.
Remember what we said. I'll keep him occupied, but switch to the Monarch frequency to make sure you stay out of his crosshairs.
Okay, I'll see you at the party.
Mm-hmm. I didn't really notice with the big guy that the difficulty seemed off because I hadn't had much experience dealing with them. But that guy died way too easily. Crap. Oh, can you idiots not? I'm so sorry, you guys are about to get really fucked up. There we go. And, whoop!
That's the last of that.
I know I'm on normal difficulty, so it's not anywhere near as impressive, but I've been playing for several hours, so you can fuck off if you want to complain.
Good evening, Riverport. It's Teresa here again. I've got a fresh bagel and a big cup of coffee and a perfectly lovely audience. And everything's all right in my world. Why don't you give me a call and tell me how things are going in yours? We can... Oh, that was quick. That's our first caller on the line. Hey, caller, you're on the air with Teresa.
Hey, Teresa, it's Spencer.
Hi, Spencer. What's going on with you?
Not much. Cooking spaghetti, listening to you. Just wanted to say hi to my husband, starting his shift at Fire Station 12.
Well, let's hope he's listening. Thanks for that, Spencer. Let's go to our next call. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Gail.
Nice to hear from you, Gail. What's on your mind?
Well, my boyfriend was at the protest last night, and he hasn't come home.
Oops. Looks like we lost Gail there. Cell phones, am I right?
That's not at all suspicious.
That lovely crisp autumn air. What could be better than that? Just a nice quiet moment.
That's not even kind of suspicious, right?
I need the exact coordinates for Joyce ASAP.
Oh, come on.
Monarch
I think
Actual
it's
is moving into intercept.
6024.
This is Home Guard 5. Just spotted him entering the tunnel system outside the party grounds.
Beth.
I'm on my way.
He took out my entire squad. Requesting immediate backup in here.
Crap.
Attention all units. Reroute to the tunnels immediate.
That's not normal.
Seal off all exits.
The...
Again.
Yeah, really again. Everything's broken.
I could see the mansion
Time is
where the
ripping
gala was.
itself apart.
I had to find a way to get there.
Yeah, working on it.
I could see the energy field of another Monarch Chronon dampener.
Oh,
Drain my
yeah.
powers. I'd have to find a way to shut it off.
Shoot it. That usually works. Also, yes, I see the surveillance drone.
Better be careful.
Gotcha. Chronon dampeners. Chronon dampeners take away your time powers. See with them or lead their area effect. Of course, you guys still have time powers because you're not affected. I can't use my time sight. Right. Who needs time powers? Hey, I do. Ah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now we're talking.
Oh, not again. There we go. Dropped his happy ass out, stutter
You were
like a
headed
bad
for the
habit.
party. What was your plan?
I needed
Not
to
a
get
clue.
to Dr. Amaral before the stutter ended and Monarch found out I was coming.
There you go. Well, at the very least, they can't see me or stop me. As long as the stutter lasts. How you doing, my good man? Yeah, I don't need to show you a ticket. I'm a
Should
friend
be
of
here
Serene.
somewhere. Need to get to her before the stutter ends.
Yeah, about that. Holy fuck, somebody took a shot at Hatch. Don't know who the fuck's gonna call. Who are you gonna call?
A traitor fired shots during Mr. Hatch's speech. I assume this was Beth Wilder.
But we both know it wasn't. Hatch wanted to send Monarch into a state of disarray. Best way to avoid blame? Look like the target.
Yep. Could be wearing something a little nicer, but I'll take it. And you're out.
Easy, Beth. Hey. It's okay. It's me.
Jesus. Look at all this.
Mm-hmm. This has been my life for the past 2 days.
These people have no idea I've been shooting up half a Paul's little amusement park.
Yeah, well, Monarch does. I don't think my cover's gonna last.
Yeah, well, I don't think it would do much good for the next part anyway.
Nope. Let's go.
Okay, Dr. Amaral somewhere inside the mansion. Let's go grab her. Bit of luck, we can be gone before anybody notices.
So the plan is to use the stutter to go in.
What's
drop
our plan once we grab her?
Drop her out of the
Boat
stutter?
dock right outside the mansion.
Okay, we can make that work.
That seems like a weak plan. So our plan is to find her, drop her out of the stutter, and then drag her kicking or screaming, or willingly, to the boat. I mean, also we do have, like, we have proof that they are going to kill her. Hatch is going to kill her. She's a dead woman walking if she stays here.
Oh, shit! Oh, that drone!
What about... Oh, yeah.
Literally.
So they already tried to kill her. So their plans already dropped into effect.
Need to get her out before time kicks back in.
I know. So their plan's already kind of in effect. Come on, hurry up. For some reason, Jack's too inept to open a damn door. We can get her out of the way.
We shouldn't wait. Let's go get Dr. Amaral.
Let's be quick about this. I can only do so much.
Jack, get her moving before time kicks back in and that drone turns us into paste.
It's gonna be freaky, Doc.
What? Oh no. That's gonna be good. It's really happening.
Mm-hmm.
You're Jack Joyce. You're here to kill me?
No, but you're coming with us. We need your expertise.
No.
I'm not asking.
You may want to move.
It's collapsing.
Come on, move!
You good? Everyone good?
Oh, where's the damn boat?
It's right there.
Oh, gunfire.
Get her on the boat. I'll keep her busy.
Come on, Doctor.
Hurry up.
You'll never get away with this.
Oh, yes, I will.
Get in.
It's Joyce. Somehow he got right past us.
Somehow, you mean time. Okay.
Jack, they're closing the gate.
Oh.
What the hell?
And oh, no, a dampener.
Assholes are gonna sink us if you don't take care of them first.
Leave it to me.
They just put up a fucking dampener. I had nothing to do with that one. Got the damn sniper.
That's a confirmed kill.
Oh my god. And a whoop.
Holy shit, it's Joyce.
Ooh, that's not working. Jack. This is normal difficulty. We can't be dying like this. There we go.
Need to open that gate.
Need not to die first.
What about
Here
you?
we go.
Go.
I can swing by
Go.
and...
No, just go. We went to all this trouble to grab her. Beth, I'm counting on you to keep her alive. I'll make my own way out.
My
Fair
plan
enough.
was simple. There's a bridge to the mainland. I'd fight my way through anything Monarch would throw at me and then steal a car, drive it back to the swimming pool.
That's a stupid idea.
Alive for the next part.
Yeah.
See how it shakes out.
See it somewhere. Go find it. That's impossible.
HQ, he's here.
Got him. You're about to have a really bad day. And, boop.
With Beth and Dr. Amaral clear, it was time for me to get gone. For that, I needed wheels.
Indeed you do. We can get far on foot, but not that fucking far. Especially considering they have drones and helicopters and all kinds of other crap. Also, we're
Okay,
running very low on
Time to
ammo.
get right out of here.
Valet parking. Beloved by car thieves everywhere.
Guessing this isn't your first time, huh? Coming with us. That's one hell of a way to escape. Quantum Break. Junction 3.
This thing growing inside me. I've been fighting it for 6 hard years. Dr. Amaral was developing a cure for the Chronon syndrome. She was the only one who could administer the treatments that kept my sickness at bay.
Paul?
And Jack had taken her away from me.
I mean, Hatch was planning to do the same.
How the fuck did this happen, Morton? How is it possible they managed to take her?
Paul, this is your illness talking. I'm on your side.
Are you?
Easy, you're...
They took her. Without Sophia, there's no chance of a cure.
We did all we could. But there are forces within Monarch working against you, and I believe Burke was just the tip of the iceberg. It wasn't just Joyce that did this.
Sir? We've recovered Dr. Amaral's laptop. We have it set up over there if you want to take a look.
I'll be right there.
You have a lot more than just, Joyce problem.
I want to go over Sophia's figures. If she's right, the fracture is escalating a lot faster than we anticipated.
You know the future. Dr. Amaral doesn't. Is the lifeboat even in a viable state for activation? She's trying to convince you the schedule's wrong. Why? To get you to rush this? To make a mistake? The people opposing you. She could be one of them.
She isn't.
Are you willing to bet the entire plan on that? I implore you, hold off on activation, Paul. Let me clean house before this gets completely out of hand.
Oh, it's already out of hand. I'm gonna end this episode of Quantum Break off here. Once again, as always, this game is a hell of a lot of fun. Probably would have been more fun if I was on the right difficulty setting, but I'm an idiot, so I wasn't. I am sorry about that. I didn't think about that. I didn't think it would change the setting for all of the timeline. I thought it would only do it for that level. I didn't realize the difficulty setting affected all of them, so yeah. Either way, hope you all enjoyed. This was a lot of fun. If you did, think about leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. For that, be good, be one. We'll see all of you in the next one. Goodbye.